Hello, everyone. The healthcare sector has been so notoriously slow in adopting technology in Canada. And that's why I'm so excited to go over CloudMD, which is a small cap stock traded in the Canadian Stock Exchange. And why I'm so excited is because I actually made two doctor's appointments today with them, and it actually went very, very seamless and successful. Did you know that 71% of Canadians actually want to book their doctor's appointments electronically, yet only 9% of physicians even offer that as a service? Also, did you know that 41% of Canadians want to have video appointments with their doctors, yet 4% of physicians only offer this as a service. And this is where CloudMD comes in, is to help fill that gap in Canada. So today's video, I'm going to cover what is CloudMD all about. Secondly, we're going to talk about, of course, the risks versus rewards with investing in this speculative penny stock. And third, I want to get some insight, key takeaways from its recent financial results, and what does it mean for the future growth in this company? And of course, most importantly, is it a buy right now? And is this going to be a 5x to 10x growth stock? So hello everyone. If you are new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button and that bell notification because I'm going to be covering more and more Canadian stocks. So let's get back with the video. So what is CloudMD all about? Let's hit that right now. As you can see, CloudMD is a virtual medical care platform where you get access to doctors in Canada. Download this app on your computer, on your tablet, on your iPhone, or on your phone, and then book an appointment and then see the doctor by video on these devices at your schedule. So that's key, on your schedule. So they will give you a series of appointments that you can book even on the day that you want an appointment, like say today. You can book an appointment, which I had an amazing experience. Like today, I said, okay, I'm going to just book a couple appointments for my daughter and for myself to get a massage therapy referral and to check my kid's little skin lesion on her foot. And today I was able to book two appointments and I booked it today. And although there was a little glitch on the CloudMD app, it didn't stop the doctor from contacting me through my phone and then having the appointment, which took them less than 10 minutes for both appointments, which is like mind blowing. I just thought, wow, it's so seamless. And the way to register is you just register your health card number, you type in your personal information, and then voila, you could book appointments. And what's amazing about this cloud and platform is that there's more and more users that are being registered. They've got over 100,000 patients across the CloudMD platform. You can book on the evenings, you could book during the weekends, and you can connect from any device. And when I did my test run of CloudMD today, I was able to get a prescription for my daughter, and they actually sent it to the pharmacy that I use, and they gave me a call and said the prescription was ready. So it was super seamless. And I was able to get a referral to my massage therapy, which they encrypted the referral note to my email. And then I was able to get it. So I didn't have to drive all the way to a doctor to get all this and wait for like an hour and a half to see my doctor. So this is just like awesome. I'm so happy that this is like widely available. And what they can do is they can do a lot of sick notes or referrals. You could get, if you have a cold and flu, you could go see the doctor virtually. They also can give you referrals to specialists. So this is what this company is all about. Essentially, it's just getting access to doctors through your device on your schedule. CloudMD has been around for a few years now, and it was started by doctors. And the whole thing is designed by doctors. So this is one key, I think, advantage of this platform. But before we jump into what is its valuations, is it a buy right now? I need to be, again, a little bit of a downer because any stock, we always got to assess the risks before we look at the rewards. And when it comes to CloudMD, as much as they are an amazing platform, software as a service for virtual medical care. There is more and more companies getting into this space like right now. So I guess all I'm trying to say is it could lose market share over time because there's just so many more platforms that are available to Canadians right now. One big competitor is called Well Health, which is backed by a billionaire investment fund, Legasing, which is one of the top 50 richest people around the world, and he's backing his investment fund is backing Well Health, and Well Health is very similar to CloudMD. They've actually been traded on the Toronto Stock Exchange for a couple years now, and you can see that the stock price is actually doing really well. All I'm trying to get at is that there's more and more platforms like CloudMD that's getting into the space, and another one's like Wello is another one. And I think a bit of a downside with CloudMD is that when I went onto the platform, I noticed I couldn't choose my physician. I couldn't choose like different types of healthcare services. And other platforms like Well Health lets you choose if you want to find a dermatologist. It lets you get, like, say, physiotherapist or a psychologist. So there's more and more platforms where they've been able to broaden the types of virtual medical care services to Canadians. And I think that CloudMD, I'm not saying CloudMD is not going to get there. I'm just saying that there's already other platforms that are available that can do the same thing and provide more services to Canadians. Now, the second biggest risk I see with CloudMD is that it is a small cap stock. In a couple of years, it could get gobbled by a bigger company like Well Health or by an American company. And not to say that this is going to impact the stock price. In fact, it might be positive to its stock price, but I just am thinking that in a couple of years, it may not be around and gets gobbled up by its competitors. Now, the third biggest risk I see with CloudMD is that while some of its competitors are backed by billionaires like Wealth, which is backed by Legacy, and who has a big investment fund that's securing funding to Well Health. While CloudMD is obviously a small cap stock, much smaller than Well Health, and doesn't have a billionaire backing it. So that's a big disadvantage. This is my favorite part of the video where I talk about what its valuations, get insights from its latest earnings, and try to project out what its revenue is going to look like and what does it mean for its stock price, and is it a buy right now. Now, of course, I have to make this big disclaimer because I'm just someone from YouTube who's doing this for entertainment purposes. So please, I am not a financial advisor. If you're watching this video and thinking about putting CloudMD as on your watch list or making a purchase, please do it based on your own judgment and make your informed decision because, again, I am not your financial advisor. Okay, so when I look at CloudMD, based on its Q2 earnings, it said it's gone up 163% in revenue growth compared to last year in Q2. Now, of course, there's some obvious reasons why it exploded this year. And another big takeaway I got from its financials is that it had 42% gross margins, which is huge. I actually, compared to tech companies like Facebook, like Microsoft, the profit margins is actually very comparable because they're in the 30% range. So, it's actually typical of a tech company, but I would say 42% is exceptional. So it just shows the huge profit margins with this company providing software as a service to physicians so that they can provide virtual medical care to their clients. They are planning to mega scale. They are just acquiring, gobbling up all these other clinics and looking and actually acquiring specialized service providers so that they can actually provide other services other than just a doctor's appointment to someone like me. So if you need mental health service provider, they acquired Snap Clarity. Very soon, they're going to be able to provide pretty much on demand appointments that you can book so you could talk about mental health wellness.
So what? What does it mean for its stock price?
So let's hit that now. So when it comes to valuations, I think the best way to do it is to compare it to a huge competitor, which is Well Health, because they're actually very similar and their revenue is looking to project to be quite similar. They're like a year apart when it comes down to growth. See, Well Health had revenue of around 2019 $9 million, and in 2020 they're projected to have $32 million in revenue. Now let's put that to perspective with CloudMD. CloudMD had approximately 6.76 million of revenue in 2019, and they're projected to have $16 million of revenue in 2020 and $36 million of revenue in 2021 and 57 million in 2022 versus Well Health, who's forecasted to project revenue around 68 million in 2022. So all I'm trying to add is that the revenue scale is very similar, the growth rate is very similar. So I think that it's a great way to value CloudMD to Well Health. Now you can see Well Health has like skyrocketed recently from like approximately a dollar to now $6 based on its also recent earnings. And although they're much, much bigger than CloudMD right now, in the future, they're going to be very, very similar. So that could just give you a bit of intel on what it could do to CloudMD's stock price. But of course, this is all speculation. Let's look at the hard metrics. So when I look at the metrics for CloudMD versus Well Health, as you can see that Well Health is actually higher in all those fronts compared to CloudMD. What this means is that the revenue that's projected for CloudMD and the revenue even right now, the stock price is actually undervalued compared to a company like Well Health. Now, why would that be? It could be because Well Health is backed by a billionaire and it's been around for a little bit longer than CloudMD, and it's grown quite a bit, a lot more. It's 1 year ahead game when it comes to CloudMD. So when it comes to a company that has more financials and more performance backing it, then investors are actually willing to pay, a bit more for a more well-established company. But really, these two companies are still speculative companies. They're still what I would consider penny stocks. But I would say compared to the metrics, CloudMD looks way more favorable than Well Health. Okay, so is it a buy right now? I made a small position in it at around 56 cents. I think I bought 1,000 shares. I don't even remember, but it's such a small position. And of course, it's done really, really well because it's now trading at $1.63. And this is going to date this video right now because the stock price always fluctuates up and down. So even at $1.63 right now, its revenue projections at 16 million for this year. Now, in comparison to its price per sales ratio, it looks a little bit rich for the revenue projected for this year. But if you have a long-term horizon for it, like 3 to 5 years, and their CEO and their company has publicly announced that they are trying to hit 57 million as annual revenue in 2 years from now, say it even takes a little bit longer, say it takes 3 years or 4 years, that's mega growth compared to its $16 million revenue right now. So if you bought the stock right now at $1.68, and you have a long-term horizon, like 3 to 5 years, and its revenue is supposed to like grow crazy big, like 3 to 5 times from now, well, you can imagine what it could do to its stock price. And that's how I'm looking at the stock right now. I mean, in Canada, it's so underutilized with virtual medical care, and I think it has so much potential. So I'm going to be making more and more positions during this year when the stock dips a little bit and hits consolidation, and then I'll buy and buy more, and I'll hold it for the long term. Anyway, I hope you found this video super helpful. If so, give me a thumbs up and let me know, what do you think about this stock? Did you choose to buy Well Health, or did you choose to buy CloudMD? Anyways, I'll see you in the next video.